So I came across some news today. Travis Kelce responded about the Harrison Butker situation, and there's a post that has gone viral on multiple social media channels. I'm talking Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, which is where it originated from. That's what I saw initially. And here's what it is. I want to show you guys what was said and then kind of break this down a little bit and show you the full context of what Kelce had to say. Because of me doing that, this video is going to get, it's not going to get demonetized, but New Heights is going to claim monetization on this video. Totally fine, because I'm using a super long clip in full. And this video that I'm making, it's not about money. It's about journalistic integrity and my frustration with media, with like mainstream media. I'm an independent guy. I'm not a self-proclaimed journalist or anything like that, but I do cover news on the Chiefs. And I think you need to operate in a certain element of integrity in order for people to trust what you have to say and believe what you have to say. And that's how I've operated on this channel for quite a while. I don't always say things 100% correctly. I do try my best, but at the end of the day, sometimes I am giving opinions and those can be wrong. But when you do something like this, somebody as mainstream as Bleacher Report, like, you've got to do better. Okay? Like, look at this. Bleacher Report posted this 4 hours ago. Travis Kelce speaks on teammate Harrison Butker's widely criticized comments made at a commencement speech at Benedictine College on May 11th. Okay, so I saw that. I was like, oh, what did he say? This is the quote they pulled. I can't say I agree with the majority of it or just about any of it outside of just him loving his family and his kids. Well, of course, people did not like this comment. Yeah, the locker room's going to be sideways, common Travis Kelce L, talking about Taylor Swift and her audience, so he has to say this stuff. Swift has consumed his brain. This guy has become a clown. You even have this guy, I don't know who it is, Graham Allen, 400,000 followers. I don't know why it's not popping up. There we go. 417,000 followers in a world of Travis Kelce's be a Harrison Butker. Okay? It made its way onto Facebook. This is Yahoo Sports. Same quote. They're pulling the same exact quote. Bleacher Report then also shared it on Instagram. 134,000 likes. This one on Twitter, 2.9 million views. The problem I have with this is context is literally everything. And this is missing context of what he said in full. So as soon as I saw this quote, I said, nah, I'm going to go to the podcast. I'm going to go to New Heights and I'm going to go listen to everything Kelce said in that snippet, because I guarantee you it doesn't come off in a calloused or harsh manner that this one quote is painting it to be made out to be. You can't hear tone of voice, any of that, when you just pull a small quote like that out of paragraphs or really just 2 minutes of what he said. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. Here's what he had to say, and then I'm gonna get back on after this and share a couple more things with you.
I call him Harry. I probably might be the only person that calls him Harry, but that just tells you how. I mean, I've known him for 7+ years, probably 8+ years.
Yeah,
and I cherish him as a teammate. I think Pat said it best, where he is every bit of a great person and a great teammate. He's treated friends and family that I've introduced to him with nothing but respect and kindness. And that's how he treats everyone.
Yeah.
When it comes down to his views and what he said at the St. Benedict's commencement speech, those are his. I can't say I agree with the majority of it or just about any of it outside of just him loving his family and his kids. And I don't think that I should judge him by his views, especially his religious views, of how to go about life. That's just not who I am. I think I grew up in a beautiful upbringing of different social classes, different religions, different races and ethnicities in Cleveland Heights. And that's why I love Cleveland Heights for what it was. It showed me a broad spectrum, or just a broad view of a lot of different walks of life. And I appreciated every single one of those people for different reasons. And I never once had to feel like I needed to judge them based off of their beliefs.
Yeah.
My household, my mother and my father both provided for our family. And both my mother and my father made home what it was. So they were homemakers and they were providers. And they were unbelievable at being present every single day in my life.
No doubt.
And I think that was a beautiful upbringing for me. Now, I don't think everyone should do it the way that my parents did, but I certainly and sure as hell thank my parents and love my parents for being able to provide and making sure that that home was what it was, because I'm not the same person without both of them being who they were in my life.
Do you now understand why context matters? Do you now understand why, before even talking about the Harrison Butker video, I watched the speech in full twice? People that are running with this one quote from Travis Kelce, right? Misconstrued, it's out of context, and you don't fully understand it without the entirety of what he said. The people that are running with that are some of the same people that said you need to listen to Butker's speech in full to get context and don't take these little snippets and run with them. Same people that are doing that are doing this to Travis Kelce, and it's actually embarrassing. You take these clips or make these one-off liners that, one-liners rather, I guess is what you would call it, that draw division and fuels your site for clicks. And I understand I'm a YouTuber and you have to work on titles and thumbnails that entice and draw people in. But one thing, my goal rather, is never to paint somebody in a certain light without giving full context behind it. And maybe I'm biased because I'm a Chiefs fan, but I knew as soon as I saw this Travis Kelce quote, I knew there was more to it. And I knew that he said it in a way that would have been way more eloquent, or at least made sense, regardless if you disagree with Butker or not. And that's what Kelce was saying. I didn't agree with much of it, but I respect him. I don't have to judge him either, especially about his religious views. I'm not about to sit here and tell somebody how they need to view their religion via any certain way, shape, or form. Again, I didn't agree with everything Butker said. He was free to say it and share his convictions in this country. I understand freedom of speech and the First Amendment doesn't protect blowback from the public. I get it. It's to protect you from governmental repercussions, okay? But just like somebody on the opposite side can say stuff that I would probably think is out of pocket in some ways, I'm more independent libertarian in my political views. Just live within the parameters of the law, let other people be themselves as long as they're not hurting anybody else. But you're going to find stuff you disagree with on both sides of the fence here. And if you find yourself agreeing with every single thing one person says, it gets a bit culty. You need to probably check yourself and start to think for your own. Free thinkers don't just take everything somebody says as grain of salt and yeah, that's it. Don't do that. That's scary. It's dangerous. It creates robots. Be yourself. Think for yourself. Anyway, I could keep ranting, but I just have a bone to pick when media, big, huge media outlets, they do this. They cherry pick little lines to create division, generate clicks, and fuel negative emotions. Basically, this is painting Travis Kelce in a negative light when you look at the full context of what he said. It wasn't negative at all. It was actually very respectful and well thought out. I just think that media needs to do better, and it really grinds my gears, man, to see this happen. It happens every day. It happens all the time. But context is important. Journalistic integrity is important. And this is coming from a basement-dwelling YouTuber that is self-taught and reports on news just on his own. But what happened to moral ethics and responsibility as journalists? I don't even claim to be a journalist per se, but even I have, I would like to think I have more integrity and character than that. So I just wanted to kind of rant about this, put this your way as well, because if I guarantee you many of you saw this quote and you're like, wow, Travis Kelce, you either are like, oh, wow, yeah, I'm glad he stuck it to Butker if you didn't agree with Butker's speech, or you saw that and you're like, dang, Kelce seemed a little bit harsh. But if you look at it in the full context, he did a great job. I felt like it was very well thought out and explained. You can agree to disagree, and they're all going to get along and chase this freaking three-peat. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below about the divisiveness of media and how garbage it can be in this day and age. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go. How about those?